racing day, so loud out here I can't hear a thing. Man, the fans are going wild. And these drivers came to rock, and no place else but Fox knows how to do it NASCAR style.
Boogity, 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 let's go racing, boys!
Hey now, here we go, race day. Don't you be going slow. Keep that pedal down on the floor. Push it till the crowd can't take no more. Then hey, since the flag came down, be here to the last lap around. Worked all week, it's time to play. Gonna get a little bit sideways. Hey, since the flag came down, be here to the last lap around. Worked all week, it's time to play. Gonna get a little bit sideways.
It's a beautiful evening in Phoenix, Arizona, where NASCAR's best are about to square off for 500 kilometers. Welcome to round 2 of the NASCAR Goodyear Cup Series, the Subway 500 from Phoenix International Raceway. The temperatures are hot out here in the desert, which means it's going to be a hot and slick racetrack to start out, but we're finishing this race under the lights at night, so it's going to be a tough night for crew chiefs to catch up with that car as the temperatures go down and the grip goes up. It looks like we're just about ready to get going, so let's go trackside for the command given today by legendary actor Nicolas Cage.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Let's take a look at the starting grid for tonight's race. Jimmie Johnson gets his second pole position in a row. Outside of him is defending champion Tony Stewart. Kevin Harvick and Carl Edwards will make up row 2. Row 3 is Joey Logano and Ryan Newman, who has won here before. Row 4 is Juan Pablo Montoya, and on the outside, Matt Kenseth, who currently holds the lap record here. Kyle Busch is on the inside of row 5. Outside of him is Jeff Gordon. Starting 11th is Denny Hamlin, who almost won the Daytona 500 last week. Outside of him is Elliott Sadler. Row 7 is Greg Biffle, and the man who beat Denny Hamlin to the checkered flag, Mark Martin. Row 8 is Marcus Ambrose and Kurt Busch. Row 9 has Brian Vickers and David Reagan. Starting 19th is Casey Kane. On his outside in 20th is David Rudiman. In row 11, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Bobby Labonte. Row 12, Brad Keselowski and Martin Truex Jr. Row 13, Jeff Burton and Robbie Gordon. Row 14, Jamie McMurray and rookie Sean Gossett. And bringing up the rear is Clint Boyer in row 15. We'll take a quick look at a few race facts. We're going to go green this time by.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time! Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
Jimmie Johnson leads lap 1, followed by Tony Stewart and Kevin Harvick. Joey Logano peeks underneath Carl Edwards. He's going to take 4th. Logano's still underneath Edwards, fighting to get that spot. Looks like he's going to take it. Let's go on board with Joey Logano as they go single file for the first 5 cars. You see Logano hitting the curbing here in the dog leg, part of what makes Phoenix unique. It's an asymmetrical track. Tony Stewart looks like he's going to peek to the inside, and he locks up the brakes. They're side by side. Tony Stewart's going to come out of 2 with the lead. Jimmie Johnson fights back in turn 3, but Tony Stewart is going to hold on to his lead. See Denny Hamlin pulling up side by side with Carl Edwards. Denny Hamlin started 11th. He is up to 6th, and he's going to go inside of his teammate to take 5th. Meanwhile, Carl Edwards, who started 4th, is going in the opposite direction. He's complaining to his crew chief that car is incredibly tight. It just will not turn. Denny Hamlin continues his charge as he's going to dive bomb Kevin Harvick to take 3rd. That car is moving forward quickly. Denny's very happy with that car. Marcus Ambrose is sideways. No, we've got trouble in the dogleg coming out of 2. Kurt Busch goes around. It looks like Marcus Ambrose is in the wall. So is David Rudiman. I couldn't tell there. I think Brian Vickers may have gotten a piece of that. But it looks like the days of David Rudiman, Marcus Ambrose, and Kurt Busch are done. They will not be able to repair those cars. So the leaders bring him down for what should be the final pit stops of the evening. Carl Edwards comes in. That car was incredibly tight on that last run. They're going to try and loosen it up. Jeff Gordon's crew is going to go to work, put 4 tires and gas in there. Gordon says the car is fine, no adjustments. So Jimmie Johnson's going to win the race off pit road, followed by Tony Stewart, Denny Hamlin, and Joey Logano. Let's take a look at the replay of that wreck. You're going to see Marcus Ambrose get a little loose here, and then Kurt Busch comes in on David Rudiman. I think maybe he was trying to get under him and just thought he had him cleared. Not entirely sure. Didn't look intentional. See Brian Vickers. He's got a little bit of damage on that car, but it's patched up, and he's going to stay on the lead lap. Jimmie Johnson is going to choose the inside lane here for the restart. Here we go. Restart on lap 9, and Denny Hamlin's going to move in and make it 3 wide. Denny Hamlin to the front. Jimmie Johnson gives chase, but what a move by Denny Hamlin to take the lead. Further back, Kyle Busch is fighting Tony Stewart for 3rd place. Looks like Kyle Busch has got it. He's going to go underneath Jimmie Johnson for 2nd. Going into turn 3, it's Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Jimmie Johnson, and Carl Edwards, who is now moving in the right direction. He's going to go underneath Jimmie Johnson to take 3rd place away. Jimmie Johnson looks like he's starting to fall back. He's riding along with Carl Edwards. Carl Edwards' car is much better. They've finally loosened it up a little bit, and he's been able to make up ground. Here he goes to the inside of Kyle Busch. He's going to take 2nd place. Carl Edwards could have something for Denny Hamlin. Meanwhile, Jimmie Johnson continues to get freight trained, and around goes Johnson. The pole sitter has spun. I do not know what happened there. Maybe he had a tire rub, but that is not what you would normally see from the 5-time champion. Let's take a look at what happened here. Going into this turn, he was fighting real hard with some people, and that's got to be a tire rub. That tire must have gone down. He did a great job of keeping it off the wall. Looks like he's going to be able to come in here, get 4 fresh tires, and definitely not the finish he wanted, but it could have been a lot worse. So that's going to bring us to the first green-white checker finish of the year. The pace car dives onto pit row, and there's 2 to go. Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch get the jump on Carl Edwards. Denny Hamlin is out front. Here comes Kyle Busch. He's going to try and take the lead, and he puts the bumper to his teammate. Great save from Denny Hamlin, but Kyle Busch goes into the lead. Here comes Denny Hamlin on the inside. He's going to lock up his brakes. He takes the lead coming out of 2. Just a half a lap to go. Kyle Busch goes in on the inside. Denny Hamlin's going to try a crossover move, and it's going to be Denny Hamlin, your winner at Phoenix. Kyle Busch 2nd, Carl Edwards 3rd, Tony Stewart 4th, and Joey Logano is going to get himself a top 5. And so after coming oh so close to winning the Daytona 500 last week, Denny Hamlin's going to get a win here in Phoenix. Let's take a look at the unofficial results. So Denny Hamlin takes the win here in Phoenix. He's going to be followed by Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards, Tony Stewart, and Joey Logano rounding out your top 5. Then it's Kevin Harvick, Elliott Sadler, Jeff Gordon, Juan Montoya, and Ryan Newman. And take a look at Jimmie Johnson. He manages a 14th place finish after spinning and having to restart at the rear of the field with 2 to go. Definitely not the win they could have gotten, but it is the kind of damage control that wins championships. Jamie McMurray and Martin Truex Jr. finished 21st and 22nd. Definitely not the rebound they wanted after crashing at Daytona last week. And you see Kurt Busch, David Rudiman, and Marcus Ambrose are your DNFs. So after 2 races, it's Denny Hamlin sitting on the top of the point standings with 90 points. He also led the most laps today, so that'll be 2 extra bonus points. And it's Kyle Busch and Tony Stewart. They also led laps today, followed by your Daytona 500 winner, Mark Martin, with 78 points. In 11th, it's David Reagan, then Elliott Sadler, Matt Kenseth, Robbie Gordon, and Jeff Burton. Then Dale Earnhardt Jr., Casey Kane, Juan Montoya, David Rudiman, and Ryan Newman. See, in 22nd, Greg Biffle, who had high expectations coming into the year, has a lot of ground to make up. We're still only in race 2, but he has got a mountain to climb to get back up to the front. Well, thanks for joining us for the 2012 Subway 500 at Phoenix International Raceway. Join us next time in Atlanta for the Cobalt Tools 500.